I care enough for both of us.
Lump on my couch watching Gilmore Girls, but that's just every day. So.
Hello team, my name is Monique. Welcome back to another vlog. In case you didn't notice, the Bookwitch is on my channel, and it is December, so the last month of 2021. And let me tell you, it's been, well, I want to call it a shit show, but it also feels bad because there has been good bits. It's just also been incredibly stressful. And I'm excited about a new year and new things. But it's Tuesday, and let me tell you what I've been reading, because I actually read some stuff. So I started This Poison Heart by Caitlin Perrin last week. This is a YA contemporary fantasy about a young girl who all of a sudden inherits this estate from her birth mother's sister, and her two mothers moved to this estate uptown New York, outside New York, I'm not entirely sure, where there seems to be some weird things going on. The town is weird, there's a garden, and Bryce's, who is our main character, has always had an affinity for plants, but especially poisonous plants. And as she gets to look into her birth mother's past, she sees that there may be much more to this gift than she ever thought. I really loved the beginning of this book. I loved the setting, I loved the characters. Bree is bi or pan. Her mothers are just wonderful and I love them. And I love the Greek inspirations in this book and the magic of it. And it's so good. And then we get like 2/3 in and then it starts wrapping up, and I just got annoyed. And this is what happened with her previous book as well, where I was like, this is good. A little bit fast-paced, but this is good. And then all of a sudden it just wraps up super quickly. Very intense things happen. And because it happens so fast, you don't get to savor it. You don't get to like feel the feelings. And that's why like this was a solid 4-star for me. And now it's more like a 3.5. And I am annoyed by it, but it is a series, or at least a duology. I know that there is a sequel coming, so I'm very excited about reading that. I love the representation in here. I loved the writing style. I just wish that the author had just taken a little bit more time to set up the next book instead of rushing into it. But yeah, no, I highly recommend this. I definitely think that if you are new to like the fantasy genre and like some magic and with your pop culture references, then this is for you, definitely. Also, don't ask me what the lighting is in here. It is technically like mid-morning and the weather is just weird, and I could put my ring light on, but I can't be bothered. So now I also have some much anticipated like pre-orders come in. One of them is super bookish and the other one is less bookish, but still very exciting. So let me show you. So first off, if you have been here for a little while, you may know that I am currently looking more into witchcraft and pagan rituals and tarot also. And last year in a vlog, I opened my very first tarot deck, also currently my only one, because I am trying really desperately to like not overbuy. Obviously I'm doing super well with that, but the artist for my tarot deck, Sia Hunt, had another Kickstarter as well for an oracle deck, including this guidebook hardcover foiled thing, and I was like, I wasn't sure whether I should do it because I've never dealt with oracle cards at all, and I'm still working my way through like tarot, but I was just kind of like, I have to have it. And it came in yesterday in an absolutely massive box. It is out of the box now because obviously I opened it yesterday, but look at this absolute massive thing. Okay, so I'm going to start out by showing you guys just the deck very shortly. I know if you don't really care about this, that's okay. I care enough for both of us. But we have like a very fancy silk pouch, a letter. Why can't I make words today? We have a letter of authenticity. I had this exact discussion with my girlfriend last night because I can't say that word. And then we have the actual oracle deck in a very fancy little hard box. It has obviously its own very little guidebook, which is very cute. And then we have the actual deck that is like a nice matte black with some almost red undertones that I found yesterday, and just stunning. Yeah, I'm so excited about trying this deck out, and it's just yes, good stuff, good soup. We also have this guidebook. Look at how big this is. It has its own hardcover case. This Oracle deck is called the Nameless One, and this is the companion grimoire, and I'm just like, look at this. Look at this foiling. It's slightly velvety, and then look at this. Does it not give you all of the vibes that you could ever want? Ever. It's just... And then inside we have a fully illustrated pages and like guides, and we have like, what are they called? We have spreads, we have extra. So the oracle cards are set up like the major and minor arcana, so like a tarot deck, but then we also have specially made sigils in the back, and we have an additional, I think it's 6 or 8 additional like cards that are called the Oracle Arcana, which is just for this deck. And I'm just like, look. And yes, I am so very excited about learning more and doing more, and also just having this on my shelves as like a good little baby to look up. And I'm very excited about it, as you can probably tell. Then I also yesterday got a pre-order in from Illumicrate that I've been waiting excitedly for, because this series is one that is well loved amongst the like high epic fantasy community, and especially by one of my lovely friends, Justine, who is on Booktube and TikTok as I Should Read That. And if you want some good reviewing and some proper recommendations where the words come out properly, you should go follow her, because she is wonderful. But yeah, I got this. This is the special edition Illumicrate set of the Green Bone Saga by Fonda Lee. And these are stunning, hardcover, foiled. So here we have the first book. This is Jade City, which I am actually reading right now, because I obviously fell into that. So right now I'm apparently just reading the newest books that are coming in, and I'm not entirely sure how to explain what this book is about, because I am not entirely sure. I know that it is a high fantasy world, but it also reminds me a little bit of like an urban fantasy. It is definitely adult, and it feels sort of like mafia-ish, and I believe that we are following a set of siblings. There is at least several POVs in here already, who are part of this clan on this very small island that has like this magical ability to gain strength from Jade, and you have to be a very specific person to be able to do this. And the Jade is intense, and it's just yes, very exciting. So yes, this is the first book. Look at this green, and then look at the back, and then look at these edges. You have the same sort of a silhouette. This is a Jade War with like some stunning red edges, and then it says "On My Life" on the back. Can you see this? But yes, which is the sequel. And then finally we have Jade Legacy, which only came out this past month. We have guns stenciled, and then we have On My Jade, and this is the conclusion to the series. It is giving me a lot of Poppy War vibes, not because it feels like it's the same plot at all, but because it's the same sort of intensity and sort of like very gritty, dark adult fantasy in that sort of way. But yeah, stunning edges. All of these are also signed by Fonda Lee, and I'm just like, these are so stunning. Illumicrate is killing me with all of their editions. And then we also have some additional items that I didn't know was in Illumicrate's box, but I'm very excited. we have the little spoiler card. As per usual, I will leave names of the artists down below so you can check them out. Also, I will leave a link to Illumicrate so you can check them out. They are a UK-based book box subscription that also now do a lot of exclusive editions. They also have a like clothesline, and they also now actually have an imprint, which I'm very excited about. And normally I do unboxing videos just for that, and I did think about doing that for this one, and then I just didn't. So you're getting it in this very long introduction. Then we have a pin set that I've only just sort of understood because I've read 60 pages of the first book, but it says the pillar, the horn, and the weatherman. And just like, I don't know if you can see this really, but this is stunning. We have a set of bookmarks. There is also a fifth one, but that is holding my place right now. So I think I know who these three are. I don't know who this is yet, but I am excited. And finally, we apparently have some souvenir plates from the Twice Lucky, which is this sort of restaurant slash gambling place that the book opens up in. And we have these cute little plates. We have little octopuses, and then we have Twice Lucky Janloon. And Janloon, I believe, is the capital of this island thing. But yes, that is the update. And yes, I mentioned I'm currently reading Jade City by Fonda Lee. I'm about 60 pages in. It is very interesting, so I'm very excited about sort of going into this very blind, because yeah, I have absolutely no idea what this book is actually about. It feels like a clan war is coming, and I'm excited about that. So I'm gonna go meet my best friend for some coffee and a walk, hopefully, if the rain doesn't suddenly set in, because apparently we're meant to having stormy weather coming. But I hope you guys are okay, and I will try and check in soon, and if not, then I'll see you when I see you. It is Friday, and I may make a nicer update in a little bit, but I'm just reading on my lunch break, and I haven't done an update because I was just reading, and I still don't know how to explain this book, but it just ripped my heart out. It hurt me so badly, and I'm writing to Steen from I Should Read That on Instagram, because she's the one who's been like, oh yeah, it's really good, you should read it. It's hurting me. It's hurting me, and I just wanted to put that out there, that it is hurting me.
Hello team, it is Monday, and obviously this is turning into yet another 2-week vlog, and don't mind my my Swamp Witch voice. I went out and celebrated a friend's birthday on Saturday, and because I don't really drink anymore, or I'm really anywhere, my voice is even worse at shouting at the top of your lungs while dancing, and also my body hurts, so I did absolutely nothing most of the day Saturday until I went out, and then all of yesterday I was just a lump on my couch watching Gilmore Girls. But that's just every day, so you know. But reading update, I mentioned in my very short couch clip on Friday, I was reading Jade City by Fonda Lee, and I finished it on Friday. This was so good. I'm not entirely sure how to explain the actual plot of this, but very much like reading like almost like a gangster film, and it's very interesting, and none of the characters are particularly like good-hearted. They're all who they had to be, and it just reached into my soul and grabbed a hold of my heart, and then without warning it just ripped part of it out. Like honestly, this is such a sudden action almost a book. It is so well done and so well written, and I cannot wait to continue this series. I had a bit of issues with the ending because I felt like it was wrapped up very quickly almost, and I felt like there was something that fell into place a little bit too easily, which is why I ended up giving it a 4.5 star instead of a full 5 star. However, I am still thinking about it, so I may come back to it and then give it a full 5 star. I'm also never going to be over this stunning edition from Illumicrate. Like literally, look at this. But yeah, so that's what I just read. I'm very proud of myself for actually reading something big and rather fast as well, because I read it from Monday to Friday. Next, can't do talking, can't do thinking either. This is my lunch break. I've been thinking about just literally going in immediately and starting Jade War, which is the second book in the Greenbow Saga. And honestly, like, a part of me just wants to power read this series so that I can know what happens, but I also sort of want to savor it because it is so well written and so well thought out. It has a lot of those aspects that we don't talk so much about in like high fantasy books, but because it is more of a modern fantasy in a sort of way, we do get a lot of like politics, but also import politics and how that is going to have an effect on the society as a whole on this tiny island. And it's so good. So part of me really just wants to immediately read this. Another part of me is also like, Monique, you really want to read Iron Rideau, and so many people says it's absolutely amazing, so just read it already, but I am scared. Another part of me is like, you have to read She Who Became the Sun. It is part of the Sapphic trifecta of Sapphic fantasy books that came out this year. It is also the book I believe that has been on the most of my TBRs, because I actually had it as an arc quite early on in the year, and then it's been just sort of chilling on all of my TBRs, and it's just been sort of thrown into nothingness and has not happened. And I actually really do want to read it. So these are two books that I'm like desperate to read before 2021 is over. Then finally there is my inner like child that just really wants to read Sistersong by Lucy Holland, because I just want to. They're all chunky. I cannot read all of this. Like, in case you didn't know, I haven't been reading as much as I did in the beginning of the year in the last several months, and not because I don't want to read, but just because I have no drive to do reading. It's in the same way that I have no drive to do writing or really do videos or really do anything, much of anything. But I will try to read something soon, and I will obviously again try to update more regularly because I actually enjoy making vlogs. But I hope you guys are okay, and I'll check in with you when I've figured out what I'm reading next. Hello team, it is Wednesday and I thought I would jump in with a quick little reading update. So I started reading Sistersong by Lucy Holland. It reminds me a lot of sort of the atmosphere from Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Marillier, which is one of my favorite books. I love the fact that we have a main character who is trans. Obviously, they don't quite have the word for trans in this time period. I'm still not entirely sure how to explain this. It's magical, but it's also historical in a way. It is set in the time after the Romans left Britain, but I'm assuming in the time when Anglo-Saxons came over quite a lot, so like Vikings. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know a whole lot about England's history, okay? Like, you would be surprised. So it's a historical fantasy. So we are following three siblings who are all children of the current king of this area, who seem to have lost contact with the earth, which is what previously have protected their crops and their people. We also have Christianity coming into the mix because there's a priest who is trying to push out the old gods, and there is a certain person who is sort of trying to keep these children connected both to the land but also to each other. And I'm really enjoying it. I was sort of power reading it, and then yesterday I saw TikTok about this fanfic, and obviously then that's what I read instead. So I power read it yesterday. I'm near the ending, so I'm hoping that I'll finish it today. And I shouldn't be reading it because I have a ton of other books to read, but fanfics are sort of like a secret enjoyment that I used to read a whole lot more of, and I don't read as much of it yet. Like, still, I don't know what sentences are. I'm really tired. But yeah, so I am about 140 pages into this one, so 2/3 of the way through. I absolutely love this edition. My girlfriend's family got it for me, and then I just opened a present from the lovely Justine from I Should Read That, whom I absolutely adore. She's on TikTok and Booktube and Instagram, and you should go follow her because she's wonderful and she actually knows how to speak about books. But she sent me some books for Christmas, which was really kind of her. This is The Galaxy and the Ground Within by Becky Chambers, which is the 4th book in the Wayfarer series. This is a character-driven sci-fi where we are following 4 different characters, some of which we have met previously in some of the other books of the Wayfarers. And it's just, I love this. I think this might be my favorite out of the whole series. And basically we are following these 4 characters who end up stuck on this little truck stop planet because of a certain like error or thing happening. And it's so good. I really want to read it again. I read it in the beginning of the year and it's one of my favorite of the year, literally. We also have what I believe is Becky Chambers' newest like work, which is a psalm. I can't say that word. Psalm. Psalm of the Wild Build. I don't know. Okay, which is a short story, I believe, about a robot that returns to humanity, sort of figure out what humanity want or what humanity needs. And I've heard so many good things about this one, and I recently read To Be Taught If Fortunate, which I absolutely love. Becky Chambers is one of my all-time favorite authors, and I'm very excited about reading this. I may very soon like read this, but this is, yeah, presents. This is very nice to be sent presents from book people. So yeah, that is the update. So I hope you're all good, and I'll see you soon. Hello, team. It is Monday and the end of this reading vlog. I'm not even gonna apologize. This is just who I am now. And I did finish Sistersong by Lucy Holland last night. I really loved the beginning of this book, and I really loved the characters. I loved the relationships, and I don't know how to explain this book. It's giving me very strong Daughter of the Forest vibes, because it's sort of like, it has that historical fantasy element to it, where it's like, it seems like it's been quite intensely researched, but it's also obviously sort of magical, and it's just very slow going. I was a little bit disappointed, I guess, in a way, about the ending, because it was very sort of just neatly wrapped up with a little bow on it. There was some aspects of it where I was like, wow, that's really, really cool, and I love that. And then other bits of it I was like, really, is that the way we are going to go? But I ended up giving this 4 stars. I love this edition, and I'm very excited about me finally reading it. And it is very beautiful. It is definitely a slow going historical fantasy. It is very character driven. So if you like that sort of thing, I would highly recommend this to you. The writing is also absolutely stunning. Like, the prose is like out of this world, and I do absolutely love the trans rep that we get in here as well. But please do read trigger warnings, especially if you are a trans person and you deal with gender dysphoria and dead naming and such, because that is happening throughout the beginning of the book as the trans character sort of figures out exactly who they are. But yes, really enjoyed this. Happy that I read it. Yay me. So that is the end of this vlog. I am going to start another vlog immediately after this one, because I will hopefully, crossing all of our fingers, will be going home on Wednesday night to have Christmas in Denmark, if everything goes well. But yeah, that is the vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I can't remember how much I've actually updated or what I've really read, but I've done something, and I hope you guys are okay. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget that thumbs up button, hit subscribe button at the same time so you don't miss out on any other videos from me. You can also click the little bell, which gives you a notification when I put up a new video, which I know is not regularly, but we are trying to do our best. So take care of yourself. I'm proud of you. I'll see you soon.